Not too long ago, I published a video on some of the hazards of comparing yourself to others. And I want to bring a whole new perspective on comparing, because one of the things that we often don't do is compare ourselves to ourselves. And it's really important to stop and pause and kind of compare yourself today to where you were last week, 3 months ago, 3 years ago, so that you have the ability to see the progress you're making in your life. Oftentimes we minimize the progress we're making because progress takes place in little baby steps. And we want to acknowledge that we are making that progress. That's one of the beauties of tracking things, is that we can see that we are making some progress. So I encourage you to not compare yourself to others, but to compare yourself to yourself and to see the ways you are growing and the ways you are making progress towards your goals. A few things that you might consider tracking so that you can compare yourself might be the action steps you need to take in order to reach a goal. For example, if you're trying to gain new clients, you want to track your prospecting calls. If you're writing a book, you may want to track the number of pages you've written. And then also just there's some intangible things like how you feel about how you're doing life, or how well you're aligned with your values, or how you're doing in the different areas of your life, as in assessing your life. Those are all ways to kind of compare yourself to you and to see whether or not you're moving in the right direction. So again, no comparing yourself to others. They're on a whole different game. But how can you pay attention to the progress you're making? Hey, I'm Marve Eikenes from Lead Life Well, and one of the things that I get to do is help leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs do what they do better. And when it comes to comparing and tracking things, that's something that's really key for leaders. So how can you actually check in with your people and see how they're making progress? How can you support and facilitate their progress towards their goals and ways that their growth might help the organization? And as a business owner, oh my goodness, there's so many different things to track to kind of pay attention to the progress you're making. I hope that I've inspired you to consider some things to track. And if you would like to learn more about how tracking can benefit you, I'd love to chat with you. And so I've provided a link in the description for you to contact me and talk about tracking and maybe how working together might benefit you in your life and work. Have a fantastic day.